Yo, so I'll be starting a bitch, make sure everything is set up alright. Whoever that one person is, you mind just typing in? Hang on, I don't want to test something out. Oh snap! Look, there I am, a character for me. It works. But hold on, he's gonna leave for a bit. Oh, I can type something here as well. Let's see. Does the transition come in? Or not transition, but the chat itself. Let's type in 123. Let's see, does it pop up in the corner? Oh, it does. Oh snap. Oh well, time to take it back now. Let's remove. I'm getting notifications from Discord. Hopefully y'all can't hear that. Alright, let's I guess get started. But first off, gotta advertise this. Make sure it's the right thing. Alright, there we go. I hear just random noises in the background. Hopefully it doesn't actually happen. Hang on. Alright, there we go. I guess we should get started now. Bam, page. Just minimized it. Close it, yep. Let's start anew. Today I'm redrawing a page from a video that I made a little while ago. This stuff shouldn't appear. Looking through some files right now. Shouldn't appear on the screen, that's why you see my mouse just moving alone. Redrawing OS chapter 13. Not 13, but 14. We go through my drafts. And bam, should pop up on screen now. Oh, hello there. I left the thing in your server. Advertising, am I right? Gonna redraw this page. Over here in my video, you can see that I made a little small sketch of it, and it turned out to be this. And I'll finish this page up right now. I'm pretty sure I can get this one done, but this is a stream made just for like this page specifically. Afterwards, I'm gonna continue working on it off screen, or off stream, I guess you could say, to make sure it measures right. Alright. This has to go over here in this corner, as I should. Nice. Does it come up on the screen? Oh yeah, it does. Nice. Just measure this out. Probably wondering, why is it like this? Well, this is just the way I personally make a manga page. Line it up with these blue lines over here. On this piece of notebook paper, I just marked the 3 dots to know where the page begins and where it ends, because in the end some of this is going to get cut off anyways. I got 3 people watching. Nice. Not bad, I guess. Wonder who they are. And is this good enough? Oh crap. Can't tilt, because if you do that, it messes up everything. And it's slightly tilted. Alright, there. I think that should... No, it isn't. Oh, well, that sucks. Very particular about how I do things. Oh, well, cancel, gotta do it again. Pet peeve of mine that happens. Measuring the page out, it's even worse doing this with double spread pages, because you have to get it exactly lined, and since there's 2 of them right there, it's very different. But I do it anyways, because I like to do it. Alright, bam. Ba-da-bop. Only 4 viewers, nice. I think I might have said that, but I don't remember. Alright, that's better. Lined up. Okay. And now, time to make each layer. I usually do this right away, so I get things organized. But bam, there we go. That's the page itself. Over here, it's all the way at the bottom. I label this draft. Add 2 more folders. One above. Here's the cutoff. This is where I add text. Make another one, put them in here. This is like the actual dialogue itself, but I just label it as text anyways. It's for any onomatopoeia or sound effects. Here's where I draw everything. Usually add 4 layers here. This is a layer 1 to draw. Draw draw 2, draw 3. On my screen it looks different, but you can probably see what I'm doing just in the corner over here. And over here is text bubbles. A lot of people put in like a preset for their text bubbles, but I physically draw them because I like it a particular way. Here's where I make the panels. Here's detail. And since this is the redrawn version of the earlier chapters, I have to make it look like the previous ones. Over here is where I leave this layer as white just in case I need anything like the ear shape over here to do it in white ink. Here's where I ink everything. Most people call what I would label as the drawing layer as the inking layer, but I say ink it when you like do the fill-ins and whatnot. This is where I put tones, and I have this called an M pen. It looks a little different. It's over here, mapping pen. That's what I use to add some other stuff. Over here is backgrounds in case any are needed, but usually not many are put in because I'm not that good at drawing them. Here's 3 layers. That's where I draw it. This is where I ink it or do the fill-ins, and that's where I add tones. It's basically the same thing as the detail, but I like to do it separately. Alright, over here for the cutoff, I like to put it or mark it as blue. This is where I put my lines in. And this is where I label everything. And bam. Also put the opacity down so I could see, because anything that happens over here gets cut off, and it kind of sucks, but it happens anyways. Is this? I rasterize to the finish lines, and this is what the finished page would look like once it's fully done. But anyways, enough of that now. So back to this. Got my G pen, the correction all the way up, and time to start, I guess. Don't know if there's anybody watching anymore, but who cares? Time to draw. Alright. Oh wait, no, not drawing yet. Forgot to add the panels. Layer, add panels. Here I usually measure everything out first, due to the edge of my page that I had previously. Height-wise as well. See that my page was a little chipped at the end right there, and use a slicing tool. Bam, simple as that. Alright, so you see if I were to turn that all the way up, and turn this off, you get all that. Bam. This in the right layers, why is this popping up? I think I might have done something wrong actually. Hold on, bam. This one's all the way at the bottom, so why is it showing up? Hang on, what the hell? Oh, it's on the multiply. It's supposed to be set to normal. How did that happen? Still nothing in the chat. Who cares? Layer. Add more panels. Measuring it out. Gotta do the step all over again because I wasn't careful last time. Usually when drawing by myself, I just add music in the background. But can't do that because YouTube. And too lazy to set up. So you shouldn't have to hear me talk. Alright, there we go. Should be fairly simple. This one looks pretty decent, but didn't make it. I don't know what it is about me, but I like having things a certain way. But bam. Alright, now, when you do that, let's show the exact pages. Alright. Let me lower down that opacity. Usually I turn it off, but just leave it there. Alright, time to begin. Got my pen here, making sure it's at the correct setting. Yep. Let me put down, not put down, but lower the size just a little bit. Usually I work in 15 to 20 size. Bam, we have that. The neck area usually comes out of the panel a little bit, but I take it out. Looks pretty good to me. Out the chin area. It's gonna be filled in with ink anyways, but who cares? Don't like how it came out. Nope. Still not. Alright, that's better. Just remove this part a little bit up here. Didn't reach down there, but I don't mind it. I don't like how it came out. Still don't like how it came out. Usually don't compromise on these sort of things. Alright, I can live with that. But I'll use the sharp pen because I like it. It's just one simple strike, or swipe, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna put this over here. Hopefully my phone doesn't vibrate or anything. That'd be hilarious. Alright. Next thing I do, work on this part. Can't settle there. Ba-bam. Now for the hair piece. Usually my favorite things to draw, but at the same time one of the worst things to draw. And I got it in one go. Let's go. trouble thinking of how to draw hair. A little more reference. And usually here, even though I didn't add it in the initial sketch, I'll put it here. It's earpiece, and bam, he's done. Top layer, you see him there, looking good. Now time for his friend Ray. Gotta draw him twice, one from the side view and one from the front view. Let me check if anyone's actually watching. Oh, we do have someone watching. Nice. Alright, time to start here. Gotta have the same, usually the same kind of size. Alright, that's relatively close. I don't like how that came out. Usually over here I do things that way. I don't like the way that bottom part of the chin came out. Let me erase it. Instead of hitting back multiple times. Gotta flip. So yeah, this is all I do really. Not so hard, but it can get difficult and challenging at sometimes. From a drawing point and from a writing point. Alright, and there we go. His ears fixed. Time to draw his mouthpiece. No, I should probably save that for last. Let's go with the eye. Oh, gotta raise it up a little. Yes, I'm watching just you and me now, bucko. Nice. Sick. Probably saw that I left it in your server, huh? And damn, his eyes right there. I don't like how it came out. Damn it. Never like anything I draw. Original page here was a stick figure. Alright, that's a little bit better. I wonder what I want to draw next. Which piece? His neck area, to his shirt collar, to his arm, or the hair? Usually I leave the hair for last, but... Nah, the mouth doesn't look good. Yeah, most of this is because I'm packing my room. Oh, yeah. Oh, let's take out the draft, see what it looks like. It doesn't look that bad, I guess. No, I still don't like it. He's just kind of staring at him. Alright, well, I can settle on that, I guess. Alright, sharp pen. And over here where actually, no, I'm going to do the body first. But usually when I do hair, I do it in a separate layer. The draw two over here that you see. Draw his neck. Oh wait, I'm still doing this in the sharp pen. Can't make that mistake. One time I drew it in I forgot which pen it was, but it was a different one from the regular G pen that I use. And I was like, ah, crap. And I had to restart the entire page from scratch. It just bothered me for some reason. I don't like how that came out. Alright, close. His arm piece. He's just kind of staring down here. I don't like how that came out. Or that one. Should I even add the arm piece? Is it really necessary? Just kind of staring at him. I think I'll go with that. That was just something for detail in the original draft. Alright. I forgot to add his little earlobe piece. Usually most of the characters here in this manga, their earlobe looks more or less the same. The only ones that really change are the slime for Abraham. That's about it. Alright, now time for the hair. I almost forgot, usually I put down the opacity when I'm doing the actual the inking page itself. Alright. Hate drawing this guy's hair. But I got it. And I'm still using the wrong pen. Alright, let's keep going. Nah. It's like the one hair that was original. It's the original, but I noticed a repeating pattern within my characters. I'm like, ah, crap, which hairstyle do I want to use? Because I'm not that good at drawing hair. Alright, that's good enough. Actually, no, it isn't. Gotta fix it. Can't make these compromises, I'm telling you. And I still don't like it. Damn, how did I do this originally? Let me put up the opacity just a bit. Sometimes when I'm drawing, I have to take out the actual page itself to see what I did. Now I'm holding the binder that holds this chapter. I'm trying to see the pattern that I used. Okay, alright. Got it down. I wonder if those messages ever disappear from the actual stream itself. These ones over here. So I'm like, those have been there for quite a while. Ah, what the hell? I don't like how that one came about. Alright, there, that's what I'm talking about. Way better. This little interferes with his eyebrow right there. I think I might have to lower that. Use the lasso tool so I have to redraw it. Transform. Put it down here. Bam. And then from there, just drawing the actual hair itself. Right back then I did this all in one go. But when I started noticing the little bits that bothered me, I'm like, alright, can't do it in one go anymore. I remember one time someone left me a comment on a TikTok vid after I drew everything in one go. They were like, wow, you're like, it takes me about like 500 backspaces to do it. And I was like, yeah, it usually does for me. I guess I got lucky this time. It's pretty funny. Now I have to draw his hair differently down there. I don't like how it came out. Gotta redo it. Alright, better. There we go. That's good. His hair covers the back part of his shirt, and this page I would say is done. And just these areas right there. Even in the close-ups, I usually finish, and I know a reader probably won't be able to see it, but it bothers the hell out of me. I'm like, nah, they're gonna notice. They're exactly gonna notice, and I feel pointing it out, and now people will notice. So on this side. Bam. This panel finished. This is how it looks like how it came out. And I gotta remove these parts. Clear, so that it doesn't mess up anything. Oh snap. Now time to draw his front view. Usually suck at this. But let's give it a go. So I gotta get this done by tomorrow. Getting back on the old schedule I used to have. Alright, that one didn't come out all too bad. But can't compromise. No. Simply do not like. Gotta redo the whole thing now. Alright, better. Where is it? No, maybe I can redo it. Just that set at least. Alright, I like it now. This chin area I could probably use a bit of tweaking. No, he tweaking. Yeah, that was a meme for a while. Let's see. Alright, still one viewing. Probably still out of line. Comment something. Alright, bam, draw his neck. Bam, draw his... No, that one came out bad. No, I still don't like it. Nope. Better. Now time to draw his shoulder. His other shoulder. Alright, that actually is pretty good, but I think I can redo that one just a slight bit. Because, like, in the scene, it's supposed to be, like, crouched down, bending forward, looking at Abe. Except it's a front view, so to get that look right. Alright, his head shape is drawn. Now time to draw his eyes and the rest of his features in ink, add any tones, anything necessary. Usually here I would draw all the way from the ear down, but I didn't do that this time for whatever reason. Nah, I don't like it. Draw some weird ears. But who cares? I could do. I care a whole lot. But at the same time, I like what I do. If you like it and have fun with it, then that's it. Doesn't matter what other people think. His head is also, when I drew this, it's like kind of curved, so he's like tilting his head a little to the side, so that's why these ears are unaligned. Now they don't look anything alike. Oh crap. No, I gotta get rid of that one. And it's still in the same layer. This will interfere with that. Gone, finito. I don't like how his first year came out. I gotta get rid of both of them now. There we go. Just need to learn how to draw ears better. May not be 100% perfect or replicated, but hopefully it can get better. Alright, somewhat, but... Bam. Actually looks pretty decent. Alright. Like to add that little nostril piece to know that he's looking forward. Might have to make this eye a little bigger. Change pen size. Eyes are just black dots. When I first made him, I was like, how can I make him look different? Slight bit. I thought the black dot would be something different. So that's how he was created. Also created to play as a friend for Abe. Oh man, I wish I could tell you all this story, but that would be boring in a written form, so I decided to illustrate it. Oh, snap. Oh yeah, the other day I was looking through my binder and I found the original Manga Man concept art paper from high school. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And I really forgot. How can I ever forget that? I mean, I got most of it still here. I have, like, the very original from, like, middle school. The very first page. That one was very different from what it is today. And then there was the original manuscripts that I had, where Odd Samurai was different. Still titled Manga Man, but it was like I wouldn't say more adult version, but it had like a lot of swearing in it and junk like that. And this one's a bit cleaner. I wouldn't say a bit cleaner. There's quite a bit of violence, but you get the point. I remember in the original concepts, like some characters didn't make it in. Some villains, I would say, they didn't make it in, but I think I'm gonna cameo them in here at some point. Like, if you guys know me personally, you know I draw this logo on pretty much everything. It became a part of my signature as well. There was a character at one point who had this drawing as a mask, but he never made it in. I thought, like, why? Like, I'm adding a little too many villains here, but much more come in, so that's a little hypocritical. But yeah, that character never made it in, and he was gonna be the villain for the one shot I made a long time ago, like when OS was in its first ever drafting pages. When I was like, all right, let's make this a series. I don't like that line, and I'm redoing this entire eye because it didn't match what I wanted over here. Alright, that's slightly better. No, the only thing I would change is the size of them. I wouldn't say size, but more like how they align. Alright, that looks better to me. Also gotta practice color, that's a thing. I feel like sometimes my color is pretty good and then other times like it's way off. Theory sucks to study, but you gotta do it to make manga. Ba-bam, ba-bam, his eyebrows. I think the dead guy faces the piece of paper concept we made. The concept is the one villain we made. The Dark Lord, I think. But the Dead Man logo has been like a thing I've been drawing since like I was in the 5th grade, like around the time we met. So that's a thing. It evolved. It used to look different, and the only thing that really changed was the mouthpiece. Like it had looked like this, but then it changed to the buck teeth that it now has today. But yeah, that's just something I drew randomly. And now it's my logo. It's in my signature legally. Dark Lord made it in, and he plays a huge role in this entire story. I can't reveal what that is, but for those who have read it, you know that he's dead. No more of him. Boom, 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 boom. And before OS was even a thing, I worked on like a whole bunch of other stuff that like never made it through. I remember when I was a little kid, I made this a comic strip called Ultra Kid, basically a standard superhero kind of comic, like 1 page standalone, had like 10 panels. I used to make those like every day, and it would just be like, oh, kid has superpowers and fights bad guys. It was hard thinking of like a new bad guy every single day. I did that for quite a long time, but I don't have those anymore. It's like the lost piece of Brian Morales comics that I've ever made. I still remember what it looks like though, so hopefully you can restore my memory. Right here, I draw his teeth. And after that, it was after that comic, it was another comic that I made about this like guy who's very short, and just like the misadventures of him. After that, I made another one. It was like a comedic type that I never finished with these weird characters that look like this. It was an art, but I would put their eyes like that, and, like give him some hair. I drew like one strip of that and never did it again. When I was a little kid, I would read the Sunday funny pages, and I thought like, oh, that's where I would get my work published, but that never happened. Oh, Snap messed up his hair. From there, I just made like a whole bunch more like reamped superhero stuff. Adventures of Immortal Man. I have that book still with me. And then I'd also make this other one about these dudes who were ninjas, titled Awesome Ninjas. That one I had a whole storyline to, but never completed. I would also have another one called The Area of the Dead, which is like a zombie one. These guys at an amusement park and they try to leave. Not Left 4 Dead inspired, but I remember playing Left 4 Dead. And that was the thing, and I was like, oh man, I can't do that anymore. So that stopped. After that, I would just make like random dark humored comics, I would say. Pretty funny for its time, but looking at them now, I'm just like, oh snap. It was nothing too serious, but you could see what I was hinting at. I thought I was hinting at anything, but it was more like, oh, it's that kind of comedy. After that, I would make, I don't know, just listen to stories and just like cartoon it up. From there, the middle school days later happened, and that's where the first version of Manga Man was born. It's supposed to be a play on like Shonen Jump, like archetypes and all the plays that they have. It's supposed to make fun of it. Manga Man was supposed to be a gag manga. But then I got too focused on the story and wrote it out for 4 years. Damn, I don't like the way I'm drawing his hair. Odd Samurai would eventually evolve into... Or no, freaking Manga Man would eventually evolve into Odd Samurai as we know it. And I hope it can stay that way for quite a while. This is a pretty lengthy story, I'm not gonna lie, so I feel like I'm gonna be drawing it for quite a few years. I hit the 2-year anniversary recently, and I didn't really do much to celebrate it. But since it's passed, I'm like, okay, when 3 years hits, I'll probably have something to celebrate because Odd Samurai took a hit within the reading ranks. I wouldn't say ranks, but like the site Webtoon that I uploaded on, it gives ratings, and for a period, every series is getting rated bad on the Canvas page, and Odd Samurai was no different. Got rated pretty poorly, and for the story itself, I feel like people would probably not be as into it because of a writing standpoint, the way that I'm approaching it. Usually people like it when everything is not rushed, but spaced out, planned out, that it doesn't go into everything right away, like super fast. Like that catches them off guard, I would say. Even in a writing standpoint, I thought like, yo, my readers are probably gonna eventually tell me that this is going a little too quick. But I planned it that way, and I think I'm doing my job all right. I planned it that way on purpose, and if everything goes according to plan, sooner or later, more people will be interested in it in the next arc that happens, which the first arc is almost concluded. It hasn't happened yet, but it'll conclude sooner or later. I'm just gonna say that right now. It's gonna take, I would say, more than 10 chapters to actually do it, the part correctly, the way that I want it. Alright, so, bam, we got the hair done. I'm actually fine with this part leaving, like, a bit of his forehead showing. Kind of random, but whatever. I also remember when I was presenting my senior project, I had to make a part that was like strictly dedicated to this comic, and they were like, "Whoa, your artwork looks good." Because I told them like, "Yeah, I suck." Like, I showed them from the original page that I made in the Shonen Jump contest to like what I have now, or when I say now, I'm talking about like the time that those chapters were released. But yeah, they complimented me on my work. They praised it. And I was like, thanks, I guess. Alright. Done with the sketches of the page. If I turn off the layer, we see it there. I do the inks, but I'll do that usually after I make the text bubbles and whatnot. So over here, Abraham is pinned down, and he's just staring right at him, going, grr. Let me just make this size a little bigger. Add a bunch of G, R, R, R. And exclamation point, center it. Usually I turn up the edge color because I had something in the background. Let me boost it up to 60 actually. And over here, Ray is trying to speak to him. However, Abe is not normal right now. I turned this down because it's not needed anymore. And I think I could go to 60 back to 30. Oh, you guys can't even see that, huh? Oh, wow. And I'll add it here. It barely makes the, not barely, but you can see it goes halfway between this blue line. For those that don't know, the way that this works is that there's multiple different spots. Here where I put the cutoff, that's it, what's cut off of the page in the printing. So anything outside of here is not going to make it, so his ear is going to say goodbye. Which kind of sucks. I like that part of it. And this zone is mostly for the artwork that can barely reach. If it goes into this blue spot, and then it's gonna get cut off. But if it stays here, it barely manages to keep in. And you want to make sure to like draw all the way to the end, maybe even a little off of here, just so that there's like no misprints or like it doesn't show anything over here. It doesn't leave a white edge. Anything in this where the plus to this first box is, that's where everything is safe. That's where you want to put like anything important artwork to text or anything. And this is the way that I make my work, and make sure I'm not just messing up in general, because I don't want anything to keep out. Usually for these kind of spots, I'll add a background or a tone, or just ink it all in black. But for here, I think it'll be fine. For my first volume, there wasn't any print issues, more like just text-based issues grammatically. But printing, it barely was able to make it here. So hopefully it doesn't get cut off. And I do it with bleed, so it should be able to stay here. But this area, this is like where the book binds itself. So I think it should be good for the most part. Either that or I have to turn down. I should probably turn on the size then. I remember on a vid that I posted on the TikTok. I wouldn't say it's a bad thing to use, but a lot of people were able to find out about this, and some people were able to tell me like, "Oh, good work." I'm like, where can I buy this? A lot of people asked me like, "Yo, how did you make the book?" Because I showed off the original manuscript to what I have now, like the printed version, and I couldn't really give them a direct answer. I was just like, I had to look it up, just like how to make a book. Like, there wasn't anything in particular that I looked up. I just had to search up everything I could. Snap out of it. All right, that's what it says. And it was pretty funny because I was like, I just looked up how to make it. I'm not doing that to like talk bad or anything, but that's legit what I did. And I had to use up everything that I learned from there and was able to print it. But in the long run, if they really wanted to find out, it would be search how to make a book or Amazon.kdp, and it'll guide you from there. Alright, so from here we have our text. And now to make in the bubbles, usually people just add like they add what's the right word? I wouldn't say toner towel, but like a template for making a text bubble. I never was really a fan of those for some reason. Or a fan of that kind of way of doing it. I like to draw it out. So over here, bam, and I'm doing this in the sharp pen. I just don't do this in the sharp pen or G pen. I do it in just regular. Well, I'm tired, so I'm ahead of it. Alright, well, later. It could have just been like, later. And that was about it. Alright, but anyways, goodbye. Oh, well. Let's see here. I don't like how that came out. That's a little better, but I still don't like it. Nope. Alright, I think I'll keep it at that. But I just gotta end it there. Then lower the text to the middle. Polish it up. And there we go. I usually don't like making these larger ones, because then stuff gets thrown off. You see? Alright, that's way better, but the thickness of it, I'm not liking. Usually when I add or make the text itself a little larger, thick of any kind, I do that with a bump in the pen size itself. Now if I want to lower that down over here, I just don't like how it comes out. I actually like this one. I'm going to have to slice just a little bit of it and move it a bit over. Move the text along with it slightly, and there we go. Damn, the texture's a pretty good one. Kind of polish it up. There we go. No, I kind of messed that one up. Nope. Alright, way better. Y'all agree, right? I don't even know if there's anyone here, but whatever. Let's clear that. So if I were to take out the text, you just see blank. Alright, and here's where I will do the inking. So in the detail, I go to this. That's not what I wanted to do. You just select the parts that will have the black ink in it. With the eyepieces, I still do it anyways. Even in the corners, I do it too. Just making sure everything's lined up. Alright, bam. This part was also supposed to be filled in. Let's move over. There we go. Yep. This whole entire part of it. Oh, it actually got it really good. But I have to check out the corners. It's looking nice. All right. It's been going almost a full-on hour now. But mostly the beginning was just me like setting up, making sure everything is alright. But I'll still take it that it's a full hour. Alright, so those are the parts that are supposed to be inked in. And back then I would just turn down the opacity and do it that way, but then I found out this is way faster. Turn it down anyways. So that when I do that, I can take out the parts that aren't needed. Like right here. I'll turn it back to 39 actually. Let's make it a 10. My way of outlining certain parts that need to be seen. I feel like more down the line, the artwork will get a little complicated, and probably more time to actually do. Alright, bam. Bam, bop. Then over here, I change the ink color to white. Use the sharp pen, and that's usually it. Turn back. Now it's inked in. So from here, adding in tones that are needed. Everything in the background. Alright, got it. I wonder I can use. Turning it more over there. Just to give a feeling like, oh snap. And over here, it's going to be something simple. Simple for the lack of a background. No, not that one. I want something a little less. Okay, deselect. And with that, the page has been finished. And from here, usually I make sure I got everything from the sketch. Sometimes layers aren't used, but I keep them there just in case. Make sure everything is turned up to its 100% opacity. Oh snap. Make sure everything is alright. Make sure no layers are turned off. I have to check through everything. The longest I checked was for, I think, something that had to do with like 70 layers. And the last one is the cutoff. With that, I save the page, and you can't see this part, but this is where I save it. Page 8 of Odd Samurai's Redrawing Chapter 14. I save it there, and when it's in the printing process, this is what's going to happen. Or this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to turn the page down, rasterize it to a size, and there's the final page that'll be up online, available to read, hopefully by tomorrow, and when the volume version of it comes out. And I'll probably say this now, but the volume versions are probably going to have like tweaked artwork just to make up for anything that I probably missed in the first place. So anyways, that was all I had to do for now, or at least that I wanted to show for now. Making sure I saved it, so I'm saving it again. I'm that paranoid. But this is how I do my work. That's how I make a manga page. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and see you around next time. If anyone's actually watching, that is. But this is where I'm ending things, so goodbye everybody.